because then you could Thanos snap one character, get another hit in immediately, and then on the last one, instead of shielding up, go ahead and ult, bonk, and there goes the team immediately. So hey, what is up everybody, Bladecifer here, and say for you guys in the video of Black Clover Mobile. Inside today's video, guys, we're going to be actually taking on some more PvP with one of the most overpowered offense teams that I've been playing with a decent bit here. And I gotta state immediately, this team, a lot of people should have these two buffers, which you probably already guessed, already built here, with some nice DPSs such as Julius and one other that you guys are definitely familiar with. So of course, if you guys are interested in the video, be sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy it here. I gotta say before we get straight into it, I have to say y'all have been absolutely amazing with the support. It's been so freaking amazing actually pumping out content for you guys. We even hit the 1.6k goal that I was really hoping the pretty much hit on Christmas, and we managed to do so. So thank you guys for all of that support. Even the PvP video that popped off yesterday was kind of insane. So I gotta say thank you once again. But with that out the way here, I gotta tell you guys, this is the team that you want to be running here, and which is Valtos, Finral, and then of course Noel and Julius. It works pretty darn well. There are only certain times where it will end up failing you, and that's kind of if you have maybe a Charmy you're going against, because of course that team Charmy ends up tanking a lot of hits here. But pretty much for the most part here, you're immediately gonna have your Finral and Valtos keep boosting up them two, giving you those nice buffs, and then you can go with two either ways. You can either nuke with Julius's ult on one person and then follow up with skill 2, which is very viable here, or you can go ahead and just skill 2, knock out most of the team, and then go ahead and ult with Noel. Now I have it so my bot is actually set up to do skill 2, then the ultimate, and then of course Noel is ulting and then shielding up, and so this team is very viable with doing so. Just the only issue is if you do find that really tanky team, of course it is going to stomp you. But let's go ahead and see their gear. The gear that we're running here is 2 enhanced with 4 speed here. That's only because I'm running out of enhanced speed gear. As for Noel, we do have some decent gear as well with some attack crit damage. I eventually want to get her attack speed crit damage eventually. Julius, we all know of course his set that I have on currently, and that is attack speed and crit damage. And then lastly, we have Finral, who's over here chilling as well with 4 enhanced speed and 2 status elements. Now the status element don't really help, or at least the 2 regular speed doesn't really help unless you get afflicted by a status element, but I'll straight up be honest with you, that probably won't happen. Alright, so let's go ahead and get straight into it here for the first fight. So who we picking? Let's pick with this dude here and see what we can get into. Now his team is a little bit scary, it is a wee bit scary here, because of course depending on how we play this can really depend if we can win this. But what we're immediately gonna go ahead and do, we're going to use this ult. I have a level 3 speed stone on Finral as well, just in case you guys were wondering why he went in front of Valtos. Have a level 3 speed stone on Finral, getting that nice speed up, and then immediately what we're gonna do, use this bonk, get them all low, and then immediately follow up with this. And goodbye. So that's literally how this team usually goes. Now of course, depending on the enemy's Julius, it can be a little bit of a problem, because of course their Julius is following up, getting that extra attack in, so surely do keep aware of that. But that's usually how it ends up going. You immediately get that kill off, you immediately get it done, and then boom, you win the game. Now, of course, if you do want to be a little bit safer, just like you see in just that one, you can very well do so, in which what we will end up doing is, instead of running the skill 2 with Julius, we'll actually go ahead and only run the ultimate, then the skill 2, seeing that of course his ultimate, if it does kill, you're able to of course follow up and get that nice damage off. The skill 2 / ultimate is only if you believe in your damage to an extent, as well as if what's it called, you feel like that you can't get one-shotted. If you can't get one-shotted by an enemy Julius, then you should be pretty much fine. But like if you can, then I would suggest you go ahead and use this here, because then you could Thanos snap one character, get another hit in immediately, and then on the last one, instead of shielding up, go ahead and ult, bonk, and there goes the team immediately. So this team is definitely one of the barely most annoying offense teams that I probably say is out currently. There are a few other annoying ones with like Bladecifer and Charmy that are very hard to kill, but this one's just like the Lichten Riot team, where pretty much once you get up to that plate, it is just a speed clear. Depending whoever makes it there first ends up most likely winning, and it gets kind of iffy. Now, for some of you guys also who's thinking, okay, so why did you use the ultimate? Go ahead and use the ultimate. That seems more efficient. If you are playing on auto, or if you're doing like a defense team type of deal like I am, a lot of people use very squishy type characters for defenses to get that burst damage off. So what I have them set to is that skill 2 and then the ultimate, mainly because for at least those offense teams here, you're able to immediately kill them off and just keep moving by your day. But all right, so going into our last match, this one's actually kind of quick. I was not expecting the video to go this fast here, so I was not planning on on trying to draw out a little bit of a match here. But go ahead and just ultimate here, and you'll see pretty much how busted this is. Ult again, they have no shields over there pretty much, and this is what happens. So if you're playing not on auto, target whoever you know is the weakest, bonk, they get immediately annihilated, which is of course the Noelle. Bonk, get another hit in, and then that should be all she wrote. Now the only issue is with this, that Julius is coming back alive. So from here, it's pretty much the same thing right back at me. So this is where things can get a little dicey. So if you are facing a Julius, do keep in mind, he can very well come back and bite you. So surely do be careful with what you end up doing here. So let's go ahead and try to get rid of him. There we go. He's out of the way. And then we can go ahead and focus a little bit on this Mars here, because we don't need him kind of killing us off. So nope, that's not going to kill. Let's go ahead and use this. Make sure we take down as much of that mobility depletion as possible. And then from here, that should be all she wrote. So let's get that hit. Bonk. Oh, wow, he actually lived it. All right. Oh, bonk. There we go. So the team is pretty nice. The only issue is, of course, versus a enemy Julius, you are leaving yourself very much so vulnerable. So surely do keep that in mind if you want a better way of going about this, especially if you don't plan on just straight up killing, right? Let's say you know for a fact you're gonna kill. We're gonna use one of our friends as a example. You know what, Kaijo, I know your team's available right now. Forgive me, my man. Forgive me if you see this video. But for example, if you know for a fact you can immediately kill off at least one with your hits and then get off some nice hits here, you could very well do something like this, which would be, okay, we're gonna go ahead and ult. Boom. Oh, whoopsie. Go ahead and ult here. Ult again, get the speed back up. There we go. And what we end up doing here, we immediately use our ult. First, this is kind of a bad example because, of course, we have Mimosa here. Use the skill 2. And then seeing that you do feel a little bit iffy on how Noelle's going to perform, you could very well put the actual counterattack on Julius, which does work out a lot. Go ahead and put that counterattack on Julius. You're already going to speed ahead quite a lot because, of course, you did that nice depletion here. And then the rest is just going to come down to straight up, can you strip their team buffs or at least shields off? Because most people are going to have a shielder here. Can you strip those off before pretty much they get back up to the plate? That's how this team does work if you do want to do it that way, which is kind of the reason why I don't like doing this team this way. But of course, it still does work out. It just comes down, oh, god dang, that was a very powerful counterattack. But it just comes down to how you really play it by ear. This is more of a safer way, but definitely when you're dealing with characters such as like Noelle and such like that, it could pose to be a little bit more of a threat, because now that here, look, if seeing that we are here like this, Noelle's back alive, and we have to deal with a counterattack 24/7. So bonk, let's get rid of that immediately. She dies, cool. But now we are down a character, we're down now a supporter, down 2 supporters, and it's literally just gonna come down to Julius doing this. This is the only reason I don't like using a team like this. But of course, it does lead to that type of thing. So it has its downsides. So without further ado, you guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. The team's actually really decent as well. So of course, take it out for a spin. It does actually for at least a lot of damage here. And you can get some very quick kills off, especially if you use it with just burst DPS. So surely do keep that in mind. Until next time, everybody, stay safe, stay sharp, and stay determined. Peace.